Who would ever think such a state-of-the-art, high-tech facility would be hiding in the rolling hills of the Wisconsin dairy country? Through the metropolis of Iola, population 667, turn right at the mailbox, left at the cow, and you're there. The SNS Factory Farm, where they grow some of the most cutting-edge speed technology in the world. SNS stands for Speed and Speed. Not really. It stands for Smith & Smith, Mr. and Mrs., who started building parts to race with over 50 years ago. George had a simple philosophy: make all motorcycles go faster. Boy, did he. He made them go very fast. George set the first land speed record in 1954, topping 152 miles an hour. Speed is what they produce with technology designed to make history and rewrite record books. SNS loves a good challenge. The 145 Tribute, and last year it was the 124 VFI Challenge. A huge success with some crazy bad machines in the end. This year, after much deliberation and a couple of fistfights, it was decided it's going to be retro with a shovel head engine. Welcome to the Old School Shovel Tour. 5 of the baddest builders on the scene each receive a brand spanking new 93-inch shovel head engine and the challenge to build the coolest thing they can think of. It's a diverse group of masters. Who knows how radical they'll get? Of course, what better way to test their creations than head-to-head in research and development department? Paul Cox racing Chica. How cool is that? Big Mike Rouse of Big Mike Choppers from Bend, Oregon. Mike's manufacturing crew turns out 6 to 7 bikes a day. It was a real treat to get to design a one-off. If he wasn't a bike builder, Mike would be a TV host. He's funny, does great wheelies, and builds a snazzy bike really fast. The James Dean of Japan. Some say Chica's bikes are like trips to other worlds. Only 8 to 10 lucky Joes a year get to ride their own tailor-made Chica Custom. A man of few words and many motorcycles. Kevin Alsop was old school when old school was new school. Big Bear Choppers out of Big Bear, California. He designed some sick one-offs and then designs them as kits. It's an idea that's really caught on. Kano Sasaki and Paul Cox out of Brooklyn carry on the Indian Larry legacy, completing the bike that Larry had committed to build shortly before his tragic death. Blending Larry's vision and their own twisted finesse cooked up an awesome machine. Jesse Rooke of Rooke Customs out of Huntington Beach, California is the visionary hipster that's made his presence felt in a big way. He first made noise with an innovative Schwinn-type design that caught everyone's eye. He builds cool bikes and mosquitoes find him quite tasty.
The rules for the Old School Shovel Tour are pretty simple. First, you had to start out with an unmodified 93 cubic inch SNS shovelhead style engine. You had to build the bike for under $20,000, not including paint, and it had to be a Kickstarter, because without a Kickstarter, it can't be old school. Finally, you had to take a 120-mile shakedown ride from our customer support center in La Crosse, Wisconsin, to the track in Earlville, Iowa. Now, one of the last points that was not an official rule, but was certainly one of the most exciting events during the Old School Shovel Tour, was the head-to-head drag racing that took place between the builders at the quarter-mile drag strip in Earlville, Iowa. It was a lot of fun to watch.
Mike's a manufacturer and turns out a ton of bikes. He built his empire doing one-offs, but soon hungered for a way to do it big. And that's the way Mike likes to do everything, big. From his souped-up Impala to a fuel-injected Cadillac, and oh, don't forget the monster truck. Mike likes to be large and in charge. Wonder what he has in store for SNS.
Shovel tour, here we come. Okay, so I got the trees, they're degreed. We got a 35 degree here with 6, so 41 degrees in the trees. We're gonna do with a 4-over front end. Which one? Kevin Alsop's Big Bear Choppers.
The front end starts to take shape.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. so the normal front end would be a 2-over, 35-degree rake. We added 6-degree trees, which takes it to 41, which we could put a little longer front end. What that does is obviously give it a little cooler look, and handle's still really good. So we went with the Z bars, which is definitely old school, which is gonna make this bike look cool, and you'll see them right now, which we built in-house, and we got some over there that we can mess around with grinding and stuff. Went with the black. I've got that. Go ahead, buddy. Yeah, that's pretty good right there. We went with the older style mag, courtesy of Weld Wheels. Kind of like a 60s Krager mag. Gives it a good look. As a manufacturer though, you can see everything's preset, so makes the build a lot easier. It's gonna leave here on the 25th in our truck to S&S in Wisconsin, and then they will take it down to Florida, and I have to be there by the 8th, which we meet everybody on the 9th and do some riding, some photos. So yeah, we're definitely on schedule. It'll be an easy one. There it is, spins. So now we'll flip it around at this point, lock the front wheel in, start with the rear wheel, get the oil bag in. Oil bag's always gotta go in first because obviously oil and fender fitment and stuff. And then headlight, that's simple. Brakes, motor and tranny, drivetrain, which is an open belt, 3-inch open belt. Exhaust. We'll be good to go. We should be riding by about, what time is it now? Anybody know? 10?
Mike boasts the bike will be running by
We'll even
3
take
p.m.
lunch. I'd say by 3:30, 4 o'clock. What do we do the other one? 8 to 2? I had to stop. Yeah. We'll be riding by 3:30. I did the easy part, watch. Guide it in. Like that. Look at that. That thing is cool. Got it? It had to be a kicker. So we went 5-speed kicker, which adds definitely old school touch. It was cool to get invited to this because as a manufacturer, you don't get these opportunities. So we're gonna take advantage of it and make a cool bike for 20 G's, minus a couple little things. We got a good place to take you for lunch.
Do you? You're like too?
Yeah.
Jesus, a lot of
We'll
those.
take them to our office for lunch.
The office?
Yeah. We'll show them how we do lunch here.
We get invited to a VIP lunch.
Oh yeah. You don't have to drink it. I know, no alcohol, but we'll go eat lunch. Hey Miles, can you get my booth ready? I like this tranny, and then we're running a sprocket here so we can run a, what is it, a 530 DID?
Yeah.
530 gold DID chain, which definitely adds a lot to the build of the old school build. So the project's coming along good. We're on day 1. We're into it about, what, an hour and a half? So we'll take our time so we get some film footage and let it roll. We'll go over to the fab shop, see what's going on there. We'll go over to the paint shop. We'll go see how my Impala's doing with 500 horsepower. And we'll eat lunch. This is gonna be our oil bag, but I wanted to do a little touch here. So we made a BMC style badge, which is kind of cool. We actually took the oil bag and welded on bungs from the inside that we could put our plate on. So that's kind of a cool touch. For manufacturers, it's kind of cool. Jesse James exists, so these always make a BMC look really cool. So we use a lot of Jesse's tanks for our custom style bikes, which is a production bike that we add aftermarket stuff, which this is a great tank. Gives it a cool look, and we went with the red metal flake, black metal flake flames, and white pin, which fits the 240 tire. which back in the day, I think the biggest was probably a 130 white wall, but with modern technology, we can use these. Oh, they're great. They run like a tractor. They're all horsepower. Anytime you want horsepower, you get a shovel head. They run forever. Definitely have a unique sound to them. The horseshoe-shaped rocker boxes definitely sets it aside. I like the pan lower. And yeah, they're good. This 93, my other one was an 88 inch, but these 93s, sounds like a big block when you start it with our exhaust we built. I did a half kick, but I weigh 280, so it's okay. These little skinny guys, I'm not sure what they're gonna do, but I'll be there to help them. Voila. Back, what is that? Let me see the date. Are you rolling? Back in 1994. First bike I ever built. Had a Sportster before that, which everybody has. A little bit too big for it. So I built the SNS Shovel, 88 inch. More of the Evo style though, not a pan lower. Great motor, right there.
One of Mike's friends tried to scam him for the bike without much luck.
Our friendship limits up.
Well,
You and I
do
have
enough
fif-
work on it. You should get.
You and I have a
Paul
15
Senior gave that bike to Cody.
Yeah, well. You're a little fatter than him.
I'm a lot cuter too.
Cutting shims for the tranny.
Right here. My buddy. My mentor. He actually gave me my start. Helped me a lot. The problem with this bike, everybody's gonna see it and want one. They're gonna want one at least. So I got 48 dealers, so I guarantee I'll build 48 of them because each dealer is gonna want one.
The crew shows up at the office for a little lunch. Clams, I think, were the special.